Hello everyone on my page in Facebook or YouTube. And welcome today my special guest PJ Deckers.
Hello.
Well-known DJ from Koh Phangan, playing all around for last couple of years. So I'm pretty sure if you was here, you know him. Yeah. So how you doing, PJ?
Yeah, very good, very good. Yeah, a lot staying at home, a lot of resting and relaxing.
Yep.
So yeah, all good. Happy with some rest, but yeah, also looking forward for the time when everything starts again. But could probably take a while.
Yeah, nobody know when it's gonna be, but how you think you was play a lot during this season in Koh Phangan?
Yeah, this season was like for me since I got to the island was like the best season. Got like a really good December, January, February, and even like March till everything closed. Yeah, it's been good for me. I've been playing like lots of different parties, like yeah, underground parties where more tourists come, and for me it's a nice mix. I love to play like different styles of music, so it's nice that I'm able to do that.
So yeah, cause I remember when you I will listen you a couple of times, like a few years ago. You was mostly go like really full on techno and like. So how it's changed during the time? Your sound, your music, is it changed or it's still you play like same techno?
The thing is, when I just got here to the island, like I started playing music on the island. I wasn't a DJ before I arrived here, so that's 4 years ago. Um, I started playing a little bit on my first choice, like my first music style I actually did was more like a progressive house, and from that came techno. But the thing is, like, yeah, actually I was getting more and more gigs in the beginning at places like Waterfall, where I played like for over a year as a resident DJ, and I'm still playing there like once or even twice a month. The last year. So yeah, I was getting more gigs for uh, tourist parties, and so I started playing more tech house, more vocal house, and so I got a bit more into that, and that was actually the music I played the most for the first time I started here. And then after I got more into underground parties, so like the progressive came back, and now these days it's more yeah, sometimes I do like tech house and house, and sometimes I still do like progressive and even techno.
So it's not like you really go to only one genre and like you always like you can pick, you have different things, so you can always know what's going on in the dance floor, so you can do some variations, not like I have my music and fuck off, I play my music.
Yeah,
So yeah, you watch on the dance floor who is people, who is everything. So yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I think that's really cool. What I think is in the genres, especially now, everything is really mixed. Is all genres integrated into each other. You have elements from everything in everything, and even some more really far genres like drum and bass or dubstep or any this kind of genres. They also already get inside of the techno or tech house. So you always have some elements which kind of have some like links to other music. So I think it's pretty hard nowadays to play like original like techno or like original tech house. Like if you do like that, it's kind of makes you in a small box, which also I know some DJs really happy with this kind of boxes.
yeah. I think like there was a time in the beginning, like I was still figuring stuff out, where to find my style, and I did play for a long time. I did sets like from 2 hours, like full on tech house and only tech house while I was playing, and well, it works, but now these days, like I'm starting to mix up my music more with like instead if I play like Waterfall set, which is like more like a tech house venue, I'll do more. Uh, I'll do more like tech house, but mixed with real house. I'm even like buying music from from 2008, 2009, 2010, like the house music from them, which I think is very powerful. And it's if I think if you do 2 hours of the same, if it's techno, if it's tech house, if it's whatever, it's gonna get boring. It's I think it's good to switch it up. For the DJ, for me, if I do 2 hours the same thing, I'm gonna get bored. And for the people on the dance floor, I imagine this is the same.
Yeah, like, but it depends, you know. Sometimes just people want to get same kind of loop forever, you know. They just want to stick to this loop and that's it. They just don't want to hear anything else. Some people is really like, just really need only like this one, but like it's okay for them as far the most of people on the dance floor happy and dancing. I think better to follow them rather than this audiophile experts who like this kind of loop forever, you know. So yeah, I stick to them. And I think the thing with the Koh Phangan Island, the main thing that you have so many different worlds. I mean, the music worlds and people worlds, and you can really travel. Like in 5 minutes, you go like to Loile with the people from hostels. In 10 minutes, you can go to like Sunset Walk, only Russian people. Then you went to Sitanu and you go to ecstatic dance. In 10 minutes, you have a completely different atmosphere, completely different like music. So it's kind of proper ways have all kind of music in Koh Phangan, because you never know what's gonna be. So you really need to be really prepared and have all music. So yeah, sticking to one genre kind of tricky. You never know where you're gonna be play tomorrow, what time you're gonna play tomorrow. It's gonna be like full on, or it's gonna be like sunset, or it's gonna be morning, or it's gonna be like daytime, or it's gonna be pool, or it's gonna be kid's birthday. So you never know. Like you need to have some music for everything. Yeah, I think the same now with the genres is just like since the beginning. I think I was also, when I doesn't know any kind of rules of DJing and everything, I was really mixing everything. Like in one set I can put like drum and bass and then this and then this. Was too crazy, of course, but for listening it's quite okay. But then you start to sticking to some rules, and then you start to understand that there is no rules, and go back to the just play what you want. So what kind of music you like the most now, you personally, like, and maybe some artists or labels, which is really was the last thing on your mind, what was really working for you and what was really like having really nice feedback from the dance floor?
Well, the music style I prefer the most for the moment is like still a progressive, like driving progressive house music, but I mix it up with some underground tech house and indie. Like if you go look at Beatport or whatever site for the moment, like there's like a lot of good energetic indie tracks coming out. Like Goom Gum is like one of my good artists, like favorite artists for the moment.
Just made like 1 or 2 months ago some really big song, like some kind of banger. I forget the name of this song. This kind of oriental, like, something. Yeah, it was playing everywhere. It was really big one. He's really good.
So things like this, also like the progressive house with like oriental vocals, like the this is something I really like. And
like Stan Colif?
Yes.
So you still play Stan Colif?
It's well, I didn't buy his music for a while, but I still have tracks that really work and that I play. But there's so much good music out. He's one of the more popular artists, but there's definitely other artists that make like really good quality for the moment.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure in any genre you can find really nice games, like which you can put like and gonna be really crazy. Even I'm sticking to some borders and to some genres, but time to time I just dig for music and I found like, oh, this is good, like progressive deep. I'm not playing progressive deep, but my brain is kind of, it's enough to understand that this is good progressive deep. So I was like, okay, I will save it. I don't know where I'm gonna use it, but this is good progressive deep. I like someday maybe I will need it.
Yeah.
But most of the time, if I'm not playing any music, I'm just not savvy. I'm just move on and not do like that. But time to time, I really finding some kind of tunes from any genre.
Yeah.
So yeah, so Oriental progressive, driving progressive, and progressive house. So you stick to this one. So it's more like trippy things, more like people like go inside in the groove in the party, more like this, you know, like
Yeah.
that's how I hear this kind of music. It's not like requires a lot of power and energy from you. Is not like people gonna die on the dance floor and like sweating like crazy, like it's drum and bass. Everyone just more like have this kind of atmosphere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this kind of music as well. I think this music kind of was a signature sound for the island since couple of years. This kind of music become like really like, if you're talking Koh Phangan music, you're talking about this like progressive music, deep progressive music, but it was always progressive music. So yeah, it's cool. It's cool someone still like doing this sound. I hope you doing well, because the last time you play Hollystone, you play mostly like tech house.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure you can play the progressive house as well. Cool.
Yeah.
So in the techno, which kind of techno you like to play mostly?
Like the techno, I call it techno, but it's not. If you say this to people from like underground Berlin, like they will laugh at you. This is not real techno what I play.
They will laughing to anything. You put anything in this. It's not a techno. It's just
Yeah. So the techno I play is more like hypnotic techno. It's like bit harder than the melodic techno. It's not yeah. Yeah, it's more like a melodic techno, hypnotic techno, with a good beat, but it's still like every track still tells a story. My set still tells a story, and yeah, it's not like 2 hours of the same beats, the same sounds, and yeah, it's not that really hard stuff what you expect from a basement at 5 o'clock in the morning.
So yeah, if we're talking about the island, if you describe the music and sound which you like understand, like this kind of techno, hypnotic techno, where you think you can play this kind of music, or where you usually play this kind of music? Like, obviously this is not for Waterfall, I guess.
No, of course not.
Party, but which places you can go for this music if you like this music? You think?
Well, the last season I'm sticking more to this progressive sound. But before, when I was playing this techno, I know it really worked well in Lighthouse or Lost Paradise in the nighttime sets.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is also the time I'll rather play. I like to play every time, but if I have to choose, it's gonna be like somewhere between 12 and 5 in the morning, where there's like the most power and. But like, yeah, it works.
Yeah, I was also thinking it's something like a Lifehouse. But can you like describe like what kind of music you need to play if you want to, like, someone like thinking how they want to play or where they can find some music, like what you usually play in Waterfall, how you adjust when you go to Waterfall, so you keep your melodic progressive house driving things more into for Lighthouse, and if you go to like Waterfall, what kind of tunes you more picking, more like pop remix or like what how
it doesn't go as far as like pop remix. There's some there's of course some remixes and tech house of house that use samples from well, all the pop songs or some stuff coming back. But yeah, it's I usually work like I got my playlist like techno, my playlists for progressive, melodic, and then I got like one house and tech house main time, house and tech house warm up. So I got like, and there's like heaps of music in all those playlists, and I maintain them. There's a bit the thing, yeah, if I buy new music, I put the new music in there, and every once in a while I go and I select, okay, these tracks, like, okay, I'm gonna throw these out, and these ones I keep, yeah, because they work, and yeah, it's just like, it's a never finished playlist. There's always always
something more. Yeah.
yeah.
So I think I will put some music now just for friends. I just found this track like not so long time ago, and this was really more sound for me like this. Something progressive is for sure with Oriental, which have really nice atmosphere, melody, and just really nice to hear any time on the party. I think you will notice this kind of sound really cool. So enjoy this track called Bedouin. This Raul Robado. Check this track, Raul Robado, Bedouin, and this. The funny thing how I found this track is, you know, sometime like as I'm holding the event in Hollystone, so people like ask me to play, requesting and send me some sets and everything. So this track was in a set of one guy who was requesting to play. He's asked me like, hey, can I play like some Saturday or whatever? So I'm mostly checking all the music. Like if any DJ send me, I'm checking the set for sure. So I was checking the set, and most of it was kind of out of genre, but this track was really good. So I was like, yeah, I hope he's okay. So I couldn't make him to play yet, but I have to took this track, but I didn't play it yet. But it's still like funny story where I get the tracks from. Usually I take tracks from the people who sending requests for the Hollystone. So be careful, don't send good music for request, I will steal this music from you. And how you do, usually you do some like kind of, if someone playing good track, you're gonna come to him and say, hey, what is this, like, can I make a photo, or like you Shazam it, or like how you do, like which style of DJ you are if you're on a party and you hear a good music.
Honestly, when I just started playing, of course I didn't have a music library. I knew the music I liked, but yeah, in the beginning I did a lot of Shazams. I went to the party and I was Shazamming music, or if I liked the track, I asked for it. Not especially to have this particular track, but it was more to find the artist, see what labels the artist done, which one they work together, and this is how I found my way. Because there's so much music out there, like, yeah, this is how I found my way, like through the labels. Through the labels, I meet new artists. Through the new artists, I see who they work with, and so I kind of build up my favorite artists, and I know where to look for new music. And now, like, yeah, if I just go out, if I hear another DJ play good music, I just enjoy. I have a lot of music that I think is really good, that I really want to play, but that I didn't even play yet because I have so many music, like a real big library. And yeah, it's like you can't have every track, you can't have every good track. It's just like, yeah, you can make a good set. For a good set, you need like 30 tracks for a 2-hour set. So yeah, it's like I'm happy with the music I've got, and I do, when I start looking, I do find right tracks to fit in my sets.
How many tracks you have approximately? You think? Last time you checking, how many?
Well, in my record box, which I used to organize my music, now I'm only using record box for like a bit less than 3 years for sure. I've got 5,000 tracks.
5,000
which
tracks!
Is, which is a lot. Of course, a lot of them I don't I don't play. But yeah.
5,000. And how many space did it require? How of disk space?
I have to use an external hard drive. It doesn't fit on my computer, of course.
Like like I have maybe 500 tracks. That's it. Maybe 400 tracks now. Cause my like drive on my laptop is really small. I'm not really using external. So my drive is like 120 gigabyte.
Yeah.
So I have to keep this for samples, like if I'm doing music and for the music I'm playing. So it's really like not so much of the music currently, because I'm really more like when we was talking about the guys who is sitting in the kind of box of some genre. So I'm kind of already in this box. So I just know, okay, I need this music. All other music I just like, maybe I never gonna need it, you know. So I'll just stick to this music, and that's it. Okay, like 5,000, it's really cool. So
Yeah.
I guess it will be really nice to hear some more sets from you, from your like from your studio or from your bedroom, because you have so many music. You need to kind of make something out of it, because you cannot play everything.
Yeah.
Like. So it would be really nice to hear some really nice sounds and music from you, just to people can sit and listen at home or like in cars, and especially now when it's not so much Paris.
Yeah.
You can really dig to your library. I cannot dig nowhere, you know. All my library, this is what I'm playing. So yeah, I hope you will upload some new things soon. So how you do actually now with the mix uploads, and like, do you upload it somewhere? You do it regularly, or like how like you working on this one?
Well, I don't upload enough music. I think my last mix was that I uploaded was Guy's Bar in last year October or something. So yeah, that's it's been a while. Yeah, I don't like. I should have a recorder to take with me, but I don't. I never bought one. Never made the investment. But yeah, the thing is, I got a pair of CDJs and a mixer back home. Yeah, I should record some more, and yeah, maybe some different styles also. Like I've got like a really big library of disco and funk, and this is something I really love to play, but like I never get the chance to play it on the island. And yeah, it's maybe nice to do a set like this and make an upload.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure, especially now, like why not? Like even I start to think maybe I need to upload something, because like as well as you, my last set was like maybe half year ago, and it was done for label Techno from Germany, because I was released a track for them, and I made a set for them, but since that I have like 2 years. My last my last
Yeah.
upload 2 years ago. So it's kind of people really, some people asking. It's not like people getting in the line to have my set, but some people asking, still like.
Yeah.
So maybe we should do something with this one. Let us know if you need to hear some music, what kind of music you want to hear, the disco funk mix from PJ, or you want to hear some metal hardcore from me. Like, you let me know, like we can have these things. Maybe we need to switch the genres. This is
Yeah.
actually could be really nice when you just imagine if it take long to get back to Paris and everything. So it was so long, so all genres are already changed.
Yeah.
And you need to play like really death metal. Like when you start new parties, everyone was gonna listen this kind of steampunk music from future with like some crazy sound designs and something like that. And even your library doesn't save you,
No.
if only if you play OST from Blade Runner or something like that, it can be worked. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool with SoundCloud. I just uploaded yesterday the news that they put now the button that you can like support the artist, which also good. So maybe it's a really good time to upload some mixes and like
Yeah.
request some support. But I think everyone needs support now. I'm not talking about artists.
Yeah.
I have so many people who have really bad situations and who is really need support. So this is kind of funny situation. Like, oh, I'm a DJ, I need support. And what about these guys who have nothing to eat and they stuck in other country or something like that? So yeah. But we can support. Please support everyone. If you can, you support. Yeah, Kapunka. So yeah, that's cool. So what do you think the like you was doing your events here in Koh Phangan? You have some events which you can call that you take care of them, you doing them, or like you organize them. You not only as a DJ, but you really do a little bit more than just a DJ. Which place you can call as your products or something?
Well, I did 2 parties this high season at Sunset Hill, Revive parties, and this was actually my intention was to do something else than just DJs playing music. So the concept existed to do one live musician every time, one DJ that could do something special or something different than other DJs, and then I'm I'm also playing. Like the first time we had Phil DK. Was like amazing live musician. He played like saxophone, guitar, violin, his own vocals, and yeah, he was making the loops. So he built his songs from nothing, just recording small bits and then adding more and more and more music. This was really great. And then Rob Gritton also played on vinyl, which is also something you don't see every day here in Koh Phangan. Yeah, it was like a really nice nice event. The second time we had Luke July play like very chill out music with a live saxophonist Roy. Also was also really nice to hear this one. And yeah, and Lotus Iman also did a set with live vocals, which was great. Yeah, so there's 2 events I did myself this year. And then I helped a lot out in Lagom, like starting up the place, and I play there also as a resident DJ, not every week, but at least every second week, like 2 or 3 times per month, also with Full Moon Night, which is like yeah, it's a really nice place, and it works. Like it's not easy to start something in Hadrin, and of course there've been some ups, some downs, but I think the people did a really great job there. Like to make it look nice, have a good sound system. Yeah, change
Loud
up
sound system.
very loud
sound system.
very loud sound system. Yeah. and also to bring in other DJs, like change up the DJs. So I think most of the DJs on the island already had a chance to play there. So
Yeah, and before you was kind of doing the peace and love, or you was take caring some part of lineups, or it wasn't you?
no, it wasn't me. It's always been Ronnie who
Okay.
do
I was
peace and
thought
love.
you do a little bit like in peace and love something.
No, I play there as a regular, like that means every second week or so. I've do my set there, which is great. But I'm not more involved than this.
So which for last year, which you can tell, or which you can call the best party you've been and you saw it by your own eyes, like you can say, wow, it was like really like that day or that night it was really great. Which was like couple of them, if you can remember, if you know,
Well, I played in Jungle in January, which was like, of course, Jungle is always great to play.
Yep. I cannot say. The thing is that every time I play in Jungle, I have feeling that nothing depends on you. You know, it's like you can play anything and they will do the same thing. You know, so it's like even you play the best thing in the world, everyone will just like do the same thing as you will play just okay. So you cannot really affect in the jungle. That's what I'm thinking. Like, of course, if you just not start to play like down tempo thing, but if you play any kind of house music, like more than 124, everyone was okay. So I cannot say you can do really effects. So, okay, but it's my thoughts. But okay, you think the jungle was really great?
Jungle was good. Like I had a couple of waterfalls which really went off, but it's the thing is, for me, it's not especially a party where I like to play the most. It depends on the crowd, because you have a very mixed crowd here, and you can have a crowd of 500 people, of 1,000 people. And still it doesn't work. You can have like 200 people with the right mix, tourists, locals, and it goes right off. There's some moments when it all comes together, and it certainly happened like on a couple of places last season, and that's the thing you do it for. It's like really rewarding if you do a set like this.
If you ask me, like for sure in Waterfall it can happen a bit more often when you really, cause I don't know, the sound a bit different. The DJ booth is more close to the people, and you really can kind of, if you play good, people can really like support you and go crazy as well. So like this is it's kind of big parties, the Waterfall and Jungle, but the Waterfall have much more better DJ have much better ways to communicate with the crowd, like when you play in Waterfall. So okay, cool. And more underground parties, which one was like you think one of your favorite for this year? Maybe you wasn't play, you just go like crazy, funny, good things.
Like Hollystone actually here when I played here, this was like this was a night which was really great because it's also you're close to the people, and like the people really come here to party. Like the mood was really good, and then peace and love. I had a couple of sets which was also like the atmosphere, the energy, everything was working together, which was really good. And like most of the parties I played, I like one time or the other, it's like it happens.
Like I remember we was playing with you back to back, and was a lot of your friends was supporting you, and like everyone was so. From the early night, it was already like, come on, so good. Everyone was really happy. So it's really cool. It's happening like because I think some people, maybe some DJs already cannot really recognize and see the difference between the parties. They just like maybe, I don't know. Sometime happened with me because it's like many Hollystones was already, so like it's more than 150 Hollystones I guess was already, so Saturday, so it's kind of they blur in my mind, but I remember a couple of great parties for this season also. But the thing is that mostly I'm doing the same thing, you know. I'm doing the same thing every time. I'm not mean I play the same music. Like all week I'm looking for music. I make my own music. Then Saturday I come, I play the music, and sometimes the party go off. Then everything is really nice and everyone crazy and happy. Sometimes it's just it was okay, it was good. Sometimes it's just like that, and it's just you do the best, and then the crowd make the rest. So you cannot really make like everything just go crazy. It's always sometimes depends maybe just from a couple of people on the dance floor who can make really big difference even more than a DJ. Like if you have a good DJ, then you just need a couple of people who just start to explode, and then all dancers just go wild and crazy. So I just think as a DJ, just prepare the best, do your work, do your job, and that's it. Basically, everyone have a job. A DJ is the same job. You need to work before you need to work on the party. So yeah, if you're working good, then it just depends from the crowd. Like I saw a couple of times the we do like some live event here in Hollystone, and it was like I don't know, was maybe three musicians playing music and maybe five people just sitting like smoking cigarette and joint, and just everyone just chill listening, and then like I don't know, three or four people was came in and it was like, yeah, what you feel? And like they were so happy, they was celebrating everything, they was dance and every song, they was really happy, they was jumping, they was just start little bit singing, just do some carnival, you know. And after like 5 minutes, everyone was already like, wow, sure, like really really nice. But it was really depends only like three people was make a big difference for everyone already, and everyone was more into the start to more talk to each other, dancing to each other, listen music to each other. It was like live event, so everyone was jumping on the stage, start to jamming. So yeah, like I think the same with the dancing events. If it's like a couple of people will jump on the stage and just like make everything go crazy already. You think this year was enough of this kind of crazy exploding people on the island?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I came here like 4 years ago. Like I was fresh 4 years ago, so I went to much more parties when I wasn't playing. And for me, 4 years ago, like or 3 years ago, it was more exploring, more like yeah, more that like party feeling. But it's like maybe because I'm here like after a while, okay, been there, done that. Maybe it's that, or maybe it's just like yeah. The thing is like a lot of people that were here, like coming like the first year, like the season locals, if you can call them that, they're not coming back. Like I didn't see them come back like the last 2 years. Also, if I go to parties or I go to play, like I still know a lot of people, but way less than I used to know, like let's say 2 or 3 years ago. So yeah, if you see like the parties, there's still a lot of people. It's still going good. So I definitely think there's enough people still coming to the island. But yeah, I think it's just like changing. It's more different people than used to come every year.
Yeah, of course. When I was also like going crazy with the parties, I know each of dancers on the dance floor. You know, like oh, this guy came. Okay, this good. His guy came. Okay, some you even don't never talk, but you know this guy. You know because
Yeah.
you see him yesterday on this party, a week ago on that party, and you just know everyone just because you see them. Like if you're going every time everywhere, you see everyone. You know everyone, so you kind of confident about okay, if this guy came or this girl came, okay, it's gonna be really good party anyway. Everyone gonna dance, having fun, you know. So you're really confident about. And with me, it's kind of the same. I don't know what's going on mostly on the island. Who is really on the hot streak? Like who is doing the big combo and bonuses on the parties, but I can see people who is really on a hot streak in Hollystone, who is really coming like every week and just making really great dances. Then they went off back home, and you just like, oh, okay, this guy went off, okay, no problem. Some other people came up, and you always know like you know these people. So for me, it's kind of I much more know people who is really exploding and dancing in Hollystone. Just by visual, I never talk to them, and I'm really happy to see them. And sometimes have more people like who is more talking to you, and they always like know you and blah blah blah, but never like doing any effect for the event. So it's kind of tricky because the most of people who is really make in like energy investment to the venue, to the event, you never know them. You just never know this guy who just take off the shirt and start jumping like a monkey. You never know this girl who is just like start to crazy spinning like I don't know, some like ballet dancer. So you never know these people mostly because you see them once, twice, three times, four times, and that's it. They not even come to talk to you because they just come dance, drink some water, beer, whatever, and just you never see them like later on. Like they just do the job. And in other hand, you have some people who is more like, hey, how are you? Blah, blah, blah. It was good. Blah, blah, blah. So they was more like about talking and what's going on. So I don't know how it's happened. I wish we can talk to these people also who is just do the thing and then run away. Because if I can talk to them, I can ask them like, hey, how would you think? Like, is it okay? You need something more? Maybe you need more fans, or you need to do have like whatever. Maybe toilet is too far. Maybe we need to make new toilet really close. What you think? How was this music or whatever? So you can really like ask the question and adjust and make it kind of better if you not see this. So yeah. So if you're exploding boy and girl, let us know. Come and tell your ideas or whatever happens. So because the most people really who I know here on the island who is coming like most of places during the times like times and times, and also they stay here for 4 or 5 years. I think the same, like you say, it's kind of already not the same gunpowder. It's already kind of they can explode, but someone need to make the job for them, and then they can go off, you know. So you need to have some extra fresh blood, and then they can follow this. But not so often they can really go crazy by own, you know. Like you see the guy for 5 years and he come like every week, and then like after 5 years he goes, yeah, no, never. He can follow, but he cannot really like go crazy by his own. That's what I saw and mentioned on the Koh Phangan, going for many parties. So yeah, I wish we have if it's all gonna be good and people start to coming, and I wish that more and more really young, fresh gunpowder blood coming and do the things on the dance floor. I mean, they always coming here. They always have place to come. They always someone coming who want to dance and have fun. So the more than we have of them, then more it's gonna be like the uplifting and more like really nice moments gonna be. So if you stay now someplace in the world, and when everything gonna finish, you take a ticket and come here, and we're gonna dance as crazy. I think the first couple of parties here, like it's gonna be really crazy.
This is gonna be exploding for sure.
People gonna really, and then the people who have old gunpowder will recharge the power, you know, and they will all explode as well. So my advice to everyone, as soon everything gonna be more easy and everyone gonna get back to parties, just book the first flight here and come here, because at least
be crazy for sure.
At least first month's gonna be like, I think everyone gonna go just crazy. Even I gonna go to all parties in a row, you know, not sleep for 1 week. Will say to my wife, sorry, I need to go. I say to my daughter, sorry, I need to go. So yeah, maybe when it's gonna be the day, we're gonna have fun for sure. But we cannot predict the future. If you think we're gonna predict, we cannot predict anything. Yeah, even if you really ask us, we don't know.
It will happen when it happens, I guess.
Yeah, I think just do the things what we usually do, just have some fun, and that's it. Try to be better. Try to do something useful. Try to do something really nice. How I hear many times, like now it's time to back to yourself. So yeah, I don't know what this really means, but we need to back to ourselves. Maybe if we remember what this means. Yeah. I think maybe put some song from your side. What you want to put for everyone. You have some song like any kind of.
Oh,
I can use the magic laptop. No, I can put some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can.
Okay, I just put the track I found. This guy, it's name AJ Gonis, and he released EP, and he have really nice songs, just more like deep house music, and it's all sound really calm and really nice to hear it. Like just have all kind of things inside. So yeah, enjoy.
Your love, I'm zoned into your, I'm zoned into your love, I'm zoned, I'm zoned into your love, I'm zoned into your, I'm zoned into your love, I'm zoned, I'm zoned into your love, I'm zoned into your, I'm zoned into your love, I'm zoned, I'm zoned into your love, I'm zoned into your, I'm zoned into your love, I'm zoned, I'm zoned into your love, I'm zoned into your, I'm zoned into your love, I'm zoned, I'm zoned into your love, I'm zoned into your, I'm zoned into your love, I'm zoned, I'm zoned into your love, I'm zoned, I'm zoned into your love, I'm zoned into your love. I'm zoned,
check this guy, AJ Gonis. AJ Gonis, I will put in the description the music which we play. It wasn't not much music today, but we just more talking about what's going on and how it was. Just to tell everyone, maybe everyone is interesting what the fuck is going on my back. So this is like the kind of old, really old tools which was used by Thai family who born here. Wood, the father, he used like this saws for build the house, and this is of course the thing to work with the wood. And actually this one, you never this round thing, you just try to guess why you need this one, what you do with this one.
for rice or something? Not for gold.
This is yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
for gold.
not for gold, but was some kind of metal here when they do the quarry in Hollystone. So they was digging with this thing, and for the rice is just things just behind you. This one was for make rice to make separate rice and this kind of plants, and then maybe you can do the rice flour, and after from rice flour you can do the rice noodle. Yeah, and make pad thai. So it's kind of a long way to do. So it's good to see you today, PJ. Thank you for coming. If you want to say something more, if you want to like have anything, go on.
Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks Pasha for the invitation. It was a nice reason to get out of the house for once. Yeah. Hope everybody enjoy.
Yeah. Okay.
See ya.
See you everyone.
Bye.